Admit it! I don't want to admit it! Do it now! Please, Daddy, don't hit me! I'll do it harder, you ass! Okay, I'll give up! Good. Learn from it. Learn from it, bitch! Oh, hey guys, what's up? This is Greenchili here, and today we're gonna do a little bit of a different video title on most of the videos. You might be wondering, like, why these titles are different now? Well, because they're boring, so I just changed them to add a little bit of spice. So this being Monkiadius Travels, as I'm going to be calling them, it's a PvP, ERP, little bit of goof off, and people love it, so why not? As your host, Greenchili, playing as Monkadius, and look at that sausage hat. And also, a lot of banana jokes. So why not? And you might be wondering, what are we doing to this episode? Well, this episode is going to be fucking different. It's going to be rad! Sort of a shit. So, I thought let's go do a freaking dungeon. Not just any dungeon. Level scaling dungeon. Because everyone loves that fucking crap. So let's do it. So we're going to go run around and just wait for our queue. Doing it on our 60 cock. Look at that. Now that's what I call a birdie. Woohoo! Let's go. So now we flow off to the air. Sorta. Well, we're working on something, that's for certain. Now, I must tell you guys something. As Monkadius, he has the golden banana. Lucky charm, his banana god amulet thingamajiggy that he summons to continue his worshipping. And he has this dumb disguise that turns to a dumb blood elf, which is fine. I have this little toy here, which can give us a sword and shield, in case if the main tank dies. We get tank. See? Look at that sword. High quality, my friends. This is what every mythic raider transmog into. A wooden shield that looks like a metal shield. Now that's fucking hot. And this toy, in case we want to go big dick, we can go do this. We go big orc boy. See? Orc. Big go orc. See? Now that's high. Now let's go and wait. While we wait, let's do our not oral, I mean, the monk starting their little thing. Whatever you call it, I don't give a shit. It's the Tilly Hub. Let's call it that. What's this? Baby ape named Obama? Is it a racist? Nope. Perfect. Normal. It's cute. You're all fucking retards. Anyways, off we go. And look at that massaged hat. It's actually visible. Does that mean such hats are going to float in the air and take over Azeroth? Now that, we don't know. We'll never freaking know. That is for certain the most mysterious thing in the universe, and that's a fact. And now look at that.
It's good to
I already did this thing quest. Oh well. I mean, who gives a shit? We're not going to go listen to the tutorial. We're going to go kick some ass. And this is great because we gotta wait for that damn queue, because queues are so slow, and that's why I wanted this episode dedicated in case if this is like a slow episode. Well, just a slow dungeon really. By the time we get in, it'll probably be a steamroll, who knows. After all, it is Monkadius' first dungeon. After all, you can tell from this title of the video, it is his epic first dungeon, and he will succeed before you. That is right. After all these years, I will succeed before anyone has failed. 10. You might be wondering, how will I succeed? Simple. I will yell at trade chat and tell them they all suck. After all these years, we won. Everyone suck one. See? Monkadius is intelligent and a majestic beast that goes on with him, and that is a purple tall cinder. After all, it is a purple, an epic. A very punny indeed, but that was make this mount special. That is an epic mount. Its skin, the feathers, speaks for its quality. Its majestic beak tells it all. Its voice sound like it came from the heavens, from a beyond time and space. After all, that is how warcraft is made for. big, tall, slender dicks. And that is what matters most. You never stop going big dick like Mick Bug. So you must learn to train your skills as a monkey. You are a monk with the key of heart. Train the ways of the mastery. As I run around like a chicken headless butthead, go on around just to waste your time, but does not matter. Not really much, but it will surely make you feel like you're wasting time on wondering how long will this sausage hat will disappear. Well, I must say I have no clue. One thing's for certain, it is very hard to get rid of. I tend to get rid of it, but it's such a rare delicacy. You never get rid of it. And after all, it brings good luck and fortune. Even the Burning Legion use hot sausages on their heads. You can't tell because they overuse it so much, it became part of them. That is why we Draenites used it in the light's power of a sausage. The sausage hat is with us. After all these years, we can make it. With our little companion pet for the day, Reaper Watch. Totally not Reaper from Overwatch joke at all, not all. As we bow down to this random Pandoran trainer that we will keep hanging out for the 10 minutes or so. So let's get started. We smack him like a little bitch, and we make sure we go to Blackout Kick, Fist of Fury, and then we add a bit of heals, Crane Kick, and you might be wondering, should we get out of the fire? I say no. If you get out of the fire, how would you learn? How would you learn to fight like a monk? See? Like that. That's how you do it. It is the mastery you must learn. After all, we are a monkey. Key of heart. We are the most masterful of all Draenei monks. And that is why I, Monkadius, the masterful of all people, will make sure my people be proud of me and my glorious purple perps. Right? And random guild type name. You. I am Monkadius. I have no need for guild. Because I am too Monkadius to be Monkadius than to Monkide monk. And that is a true fact. Like this troll, for instance. He is a skinner, a leather worker. He learned from me back in 2012 when Calism said F you and gave everyone free XP and loot, which everyone pissed and left. Except for me, Monkadius has survived the battlefield. Many lives were lost, and that is what war is all about. Now, let's look for we hear anything good. Agility. Agility. Agility! And we waited for 8 minutes and no queue has come up yet. Which I'm quite surprised because everyone loves to do some dungeons. But I guess level scaling have changed. It changed everything. Look has it done to our people. Look at it. It turned the sausage hat to a double sausage and it disappeared because I died. Which means a bad omen to our heart's cadenza. After all, we must do something about it, no matter the cost. That is why Monkadius will learn the ways of a cock, and I will drive it all down to this random trainer as we continue our exploration to the unknown beyond time and space. Look at this quest. We cannot complete it. That is the strangest thing I ever seen. Who knew why we cannot do a quest? It is like a mysterious thing to learn from your dish that has been rotten for 2 hours straight. How is it possible? That we may never know. After all, we are all the strongest and we must bow down to the strong. As we always learn to learn our superiors. See my tavern and my lovely gear. I am indeed the legendary. No one can be supremest as Monkadius, except for Jiraxis, because everyone knows he can beat anyone. Especially Hearthstone. I mean, if he appears in Hearthstone, you just quit without a care. Because you know you cannot win. Now that's a fact. And look at that. A poor little Draenei has died over here. Whoever who died here was a flipping idiot, who should have killed himself about 10 hours ago. Whoever he is, he should have left the game. Delete hit and be gone to Hello Kitty Land, because that's all we care about, is that losers go to Kitty Land, and that's a true fact. And since Blackwatch died, we had to go summon this guy named Cry, because we had to cry for our pathetic little loser over there. Sad, isn't it? Indeed, it shall. Now that I'm being bored, I must get back there to see what else to do, because this is getting a little too long. A little too long indeed. How long is it going? I don't know. I'm just bored. Now, let me go climb on this tower. Darn it! This tower is challenging. That's why we must climb on this whale. Look at that. I became amazing. Oh no! I think I failed. Don't worry all, as I Monkadius will achieve what others cannot achieve. No, I give up. Anyways, as I continue onto the grasslands, I notice that there is an inn nearby. But I can care less, because I am rather be interested in the craftsman turns would have to offer. After all, I already live there, so who even cares a crap? Anywho, look at that, tailoring and leatherworking. Professions people claim is forgettable, but really, I've been using it for ages. I just haven't got enough mats, that's all, because I'm a cheap little monk. But it's okay, because we're all cheap. And matter of fact, I'm thinking about going to the auction house. So I look over here, stand proud along with the little leaf villagers who loves eating veggies and even kill vegetarian animals because, well, if they eat plants, they are made of plants, so it's equivalent enough. So that's why they kill plant-eating animals so they can satisfy the vegetarian product. After all, it's not hypocritical, I guarantee you. Now I look at myself, I do need some little bit of pizzazz. So I need to get myself a new helmet. After all, I am Monkadius, and I will head to the auction house, like a little scrub, in a scrub toilet. As I head out to over here, and find that the auctioneer is waiting there all by himself. Poor him, he normally was full of crowd until Vanilla was dead. Just like Nostalgic was dead, and it was terrifying indeed. So we must find a helmet that please our efforts. And as we look from here, all of them suck except for this one. Or this one. But this one sucks more because it's too expensive and it's too matching. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, look at that. It is here. Our dungeon queue. Now, how fast can we do this one? Let's talk to the quest givers and level up to our fullest potential. And look over here. We are going through. After all, I must pull like a dumbass and run over here to this random mob. After all, I will kill this mob for the glory of the Draenei civilization. And after all, this is what it's all about. So I punch this thing, and our Horde Walker is doing just great until he vanished for no reason. Who knows why, but it's got something to do with me. But no, it cannot. Why? Because I'm Monkadius. So let's go over here and smash the little slime. After all, these slimes have nothing on Monkadius, and that's a fact. So as a fact, I must say that these slimes have nothing on me. Nothing at all. Now I will punch this raptor in the face and kick it in the nuts. After all, he's not dying just yet. That is true, and it's very slow. How slow? How slow indeed. Well, it's about as slow as trying to pick your nose and never found that booger you've been looking for. Now that's horrifying indeed. And then you end up popping your blood vessel, and then you have to make a lie about how you saw boobies, and you end up having a nosebleed of that. And your parents believe in you because they thought you were just a weird girl. So they believe it, and they just didn't bother to ask more. And you survived. And look, I found boots and they suck. So I make sure I hold on to them because they never know what they'll be selling. So I continue kicking out some raptors, and I see myself kind of confused to why is this skeleton here. But I'm guessing it's due to this emerald theme, so it makes a lot of sense. Oh look, it's Crash. It would be a shame if I pulled it like a non-DPS horde. Oh wait, that is actually tank horde. Never mind. After all, we're gonna go big dog. Look at that. We're going high on the money. On the sausage hat. Onward to kick them butts. Kick them while they're hot. And I die. My sacrifice will never be forgotten. Or I just like spawned. But respawn is just lame. But I'm doing it anyways, cause why not? So after all these years, I make sure that I am well skilled as a young little monk. A monk with a key of heart, which makes me a monkey. And after all, I had to kill a snake and a critter nearby. It's part of the tradition of a granite. And that is a true insensitive fact. And now, I'm trying to speak up with this loud noise. I got myself some hide and gold. And our tank got a necklace. Which is new because it never drops a necklace. It drops a shell. But I guess it dropped more. Which could have been mine. But I don't care. Who needs it yet? The journey is what matters. And that is why I am Monkadius. Will reach the skies and see myself kicking this raptor again. After all, that's what all monks do. They kick and punch and eat nuts. And that's what matters. Or bananas, which is called nut. Now, as I continue my journey, I know these raptors are level 24 because they level scared. Many people claim the increase of difficulty was an engineering thing that they must be part of an MMO. But MMO? What's an MMO? That means multi-power, overpower. Oh. And that is what it is. It's quite endearing indeed. I think I might have got it wrong, but I feel like it's sort of right. I don't know, but I'm feeling like the chat is gonna say you're an idiot. But I'm gonna ignore it because why not? As I see myself with a devious guardian, I ask myself, why do you punch these raptors in the face? The answer is quick. Because it sounds cool. It looks cool. And I'm gonna summon a random Naru thing for the LOLs. Watch as the Naru just stands there like a chicken and does nothing but moan of the merm. Look at those random red eyes. Now that's a small one. As we continue on our dungeon, we know that there's more raptors, and this time we come across a neighbor. But not only that, I can punch him in the face. So I make sure I keep punching it, but I don't have my interrupts, which is quite weird. I keep punching it until it's dead. Once it's dead, it's done. After all, that's how it works. And I leveled up to 24. And that's amazing. So I punch another raptor in the face. And keep killing it and killing it. After all, that is what it's like to be playing this game. So I make sure I target and... Oh, someone stole my skin. But that's terrifying. Now, let's go here and punch the raptor in the face. After all, that is what minds me alive. So I just make sure I continuing talking. After all, I am just getting more and more bored. So I'm just gonna go keep punching the raptor and repeat the words to say. But then I saw there's a blooming flower, purple rich in flower, and yet there's very few. So I had to fight against other players for it. After all, the quest sucks, just like how I suck in the game, and that is what quite makes it tragic indeed. So I look at another raptor. And I thought, I think I could pass by him, but then, oh look, flowers there. Excuse, but then look, big hole, so I get myself an excuse to pass. So I move past, and then I see the raptor was in the way, so I pulled him and make sure the tank can kill it. So I pull it, I go quickly, fist of fury it, and we were doing just fine. Very fine indeed. Someone keeps stealing my loot. Stop stealing my loot! You little nasty little chicken. You better not steal my loot. And I will steal this from you. After all, I'll sell in the auction house and be a rich monkey. So after I do that, I will make sure to put him in a bag for safekeeping. And then that tank took the flower. Oh no! Now that's terrible. I must make sure I punch the druid out of anger and go fist of fury up his anger. Banal fist of fury. After all, I have to keep fighting. Fighting what is right. What it's like to be alive is beyond what I can understand. After all, I just need a new bag. And this video is taking too long. But I feel like I have to continue, but I must not. Otherwise, this video would just make my hours of waiting for the upload to be a nightmare. It just makes me feel bad. Very bad indeed. I don't know how it's gonna be like this. I'll never know. I'll never know. Until I try. It hurts. It makes me cry. It just does. It very does. So I make sure I go over here and go to this random night elf named Lady Anaconda. And I feel like I need to beat her up because I want a free bag. So I went in and kicked her, punched her, and wait for her. And then I fell asleep. And then I waited a little long because I feel like a snore. A snore fest. As I summoned my mighty banana to the ground to make sure that we succeed that many before us had failed. So we must keep kicking it and faster we go. And then I healed myself out of sheer purity. But then I fall asleep. And then I try to kill it as fast as I can. Faster and faster. It was painful and brutal. And I felt average, but then I got nothing. I got nothing at all. Even with the bananas wrestling, I couldn't pass it. So I got bored and decided to continue for the heck of it because I'm just getting tired of just not wanting to quit. But then I realized my duty as a monkey must be pure. Pure of justice. So I have to continue. After all, we have still much to learn to who we are. And collect to who we are. As we continue our journey, we are just killing a bunch of crocodilians. Because we just like to kill little lizards. Because it just was like our childhood. We just get some lizard, boil it, and eat it for dinner. That is what it's like. So we went over here and see. Look over here. This is a dangerous spot. Many die until LFR says no. It's too easy. That's where we come across the deadliest of cobras. The purple and blue snakes. They said these snakes are tameable for hunters. So they said that this would be a great place for hunters to clear all the mobs because they look too cool. But to tanks, it's a nightmare because they hate hunters, so they just kick them out in the group. But luckily we have no hunters, so we're safe. Safe from harm. It's getting a little loud. Really loud. So, I make sure that I hit harder and faster than ever. Scream louder like a crazy son of a bitch. So I have to make sure I keep fighting. I keep yelling higher than ever before to reach the stars and skies above in the mighty little cave as I see myself hitting this snake a little harder than ever as I choke it to death with my little purple cock of a mount, which is not even here to begin with. As you see the snake is here. It makes us very scared because he has dual wielding as a druid. How does a druid dual wield? No one knows. But yet, in Legion, they don't tell us why. I don't get it why. Why can't we just dual wield as any of that? But as a Monkadius myself, I never understand why I can do it dual wield, and yet this mob can dual wield. And that's very insane indeed. I must say, this game little volume is getting low, so I had to lower it down so it's not too hot. And nice and sound. And then gotta get the loot. Yes. And I stored it. Stored it all. I did a good job. I stole the milk and I drank it. Look how I bounce and drink. I'm like a jumping rabbit. And someone got something. I wonder, will I get something? I have no clue. That's a good question. Probably some pants. But when? I have no clue. That's interesting. One thing for certain, I have to keep fighting. Kill all the bosses if I can. Except for Memphis. his loot sucks, except for his ring. Other than that, if you're a mage or a plate wearer, that's the only thing worth it. So, I'm thinking about going that far, which is not that much if you look closely. Then we have these two left after we kill this guy, which we're going closer. So I look over here and see myself, right there, a very much abundant druids. So I make sure I go to this one and go kick his ass, and I make sure I keep this the theory. I make sure he stays slow and he lives slow, and I make sure I heal myself and Tiger Palm on the Eye of the Tiger, so I can stay alive and make sure that he is dead. Now, I only have to burst, it's a little easier. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Yep, it is like that indeed. Indeed it shall. Now, I'm thinking about saying hi to my fellow teammates. Hoi. Hi. Sorry about that. I said hi. Hi. Now will my teammates respawn to? I have no clue. That is a question we have not answered until we see the answer. So let's see. No response yet. But that's okay. We can wait. We can wait for ages. Because we don't know if this game is social enough for me, but I be social anyways. Did I say social? I meant antisocial because I'm not that social crazy. Well, that's something. Indeed, it's something. So I keep punching the snake, stealing its skin, because I want to get some good loot. Or at least make this glove, because this glove needs to be made. Now we continue running. Running for our life. After all, that's just how it is. It is an aid. And now, look at that. This druid is trying to put me to sleep, which is terrifying. So I waited, stuck on there, waiting. Now, I must kill the snake and make sure it's dead and good. It's too far away. Steal it and kill it. So I make sure I keep skinning the snake. Moving forward to my continuation. And my teammates are going slow because this dungeon is slow, which is fine. After all, we continue our journey as we beat up more druids, because druids just have more DPS than hunters and monks, which that's illegal in most countries. And luckily, this country I live in is illegal, so we gotta kill him. After all, we don't even have a druid other than a Dino hunter. Wait, we haven't had a hunter? That's new. I didn't even notice that. Oh well. Obviously not into snakes. Fine. Now, kill this druid, and then we roll out. Kill this other snake. Make sure it stays dead. And then fist of fear this bastard. Unlike the other cobra snakes, he doesn't turn to a purple snake. He turns to a green snake. A snake that looks like a vanilla naga. And that is crazy, because you never naga gonna know until you try. And nothing. I got nothing. Our cloth wearer got something. And it was terrifying indeed. How did it happen? How did I not get any loot? I don't know. I never know until I try knowing. Until it's unknown. So I was hoping to presume next we will get our cape. After all, our cape is quite the most prestigious of all. After all, it's always yellow and I must have a green. So I look over here and I see a crocolisk. Hungry for food, so we must punch it in the face. Punch it hard. So our tank was able to one-shot it, which is fine because I am really sick of these crocodiles. We needed more tall strikers. Now that would be a challenge, but that would be overpowered, so Blizzard said no. We do not have tall strikers. That is broken. So that's why we get overshadowed by the hawk stranders, because they're all a bunch of colorful, retarded birds, let's say. So let's see, I go punch this other reptilian crocodilisk. And as we continue the cavernous, it looks deep and dark, shallow and watery. And look, the name-waving caverns has come up. We go continuing running forward and killing more crocodilisks, because we want to kill for the kill. And that is what it's like to be a true hero of Azeroth. You kill for no reason. But if it's loot, who cares? So I make sure that is the case. I fist of fury this crocodilisk. I steal all these flowers before my teammates rig me. And that'd be really bad. So I make sure I collect all the serpent blooms. All of them. All of them indeed. And then I went over here and I saw little scum. This poor scum looks very low res, so we must kill him to put the end of his misery. So I make sure I keep punching him right in the nuts. After all, he has to be a male or a female. Why a female? Let's just say their crotch is just the same. They're still sensitive and it will hurt if you kick it. So kick it anyways. Doesn't matter if it's a male or female. And then our friend is gonna keep pulling it. So I make sure I roll with it. And boom, it's dead. And I get the cape. Yeah! I got the cape! And that's how I got my cape. It was glorious. And look, it looks fancy indeed. Definitely a reward for a champion of Azeroth. After all, it feels like it's been a journey to get something out of all the RNG. What a journey. But I'm getting bored and I decided to quit this group because my phone is dying and I'm getting bored of the slow leveling dungeon. It was fun, but I'll do it off screen to finish the quest. And the loot, I'll show you before I wear it. Let's say that. Now, as we are done with this episode, I must make sure I am ready to be done. But making sure I auctioneer the woolies. So I click on them. I delete the owl, because the owl has nothing to do with it. And look, 1000k. And then you might think, what's the best way to win the auction house? Oh, quite simple. 1, 7, and 0. You might be wondering, what am I doing? Simple, really. You go 1 gold lower than your opponent. So that way, you'll be guaranteed a win. That is the way of an auctioneer master. And that is truly how you do it. You continuing this kind of pathetic behavior, but you will guarantee to win some delicious money. Money that you will stuff in your mouth and kill yourself. Or something like that. There we go. We reached the top. We are not ready, I guess not. But hey, I'm second place. I win still. Now, to do with these junk, I might as well just fend them all. All in all. Oh, my voice sounds terrible because I'm getting tired of this accent that I'm trying to make up and failed. After all, I am trying my very best to play a game, to be a game in my heart. After all, might as well suck on this crack. And now I have increased my attack power. Why I wasted it is beyond me. But I'll make sure that next time on screen I will finish it off. But I feel like this is the end of my journey. Thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe on this channel. After all, may the force of the banana be with you. Take care and good luck. Do 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 do.